Hey Run Junkies, welcome back to Runners Without Limits TV. And now that we're back in the base building season for this summer, I figured this is a perfect time to get organized. Now, if you're a little OCD or if you're a neat freak, you may want to look away. This, I frankly don't know what's in here. I'm pretty sure that it's mostly running gear, but I don't know. I gotta uncover all of this. I have to figure all of this out. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take all of this stuff out and I'm going to organize it and I'm going to put everything back in its place. I'm going to tell you why in a little bit. I can't even, I'm looking at it right now and I'm like, how did it come to this? Are you ready for this horror show? So this is basically everything that was on the floor, okay? I did have a bucket, like that bucket right there, that's kind of hiding under there, was actually supposed to hold like half of this. And obviously it does not. I have a little bit more over here. These are the t-shirts that were sort of half folded, but not really. So I have my work cut out for me. I just have to sort it, refold it, pile it all back up again, and take stock of what I have. So that's going to be the next phase of the assignment. And I think it's going to take a really, really long time. Made a dent. The number of shirts I have is obscene. It staggers the imagination actually, and I wish I could say I could apologize, but I kind of can't. This is exactly as tedious as I expected it to be. So I'm going to take a quick break and go through this last bucket and hopefully be able to put some of this stuff away in a way that makes sense. It's overwhelming. I mean, it is kind of embarrassing, but they're all good shirts. All right, so thermal wear, usually outer layers, some base layers for winter running only, like super cold, anything below, really below 30 degrees, sometimes down to, I will use this down to like 10 degrees. I don't go outside running after that. These are all capris, shorts, and long tights. So I'm going to organize this a little bit better. I'm going to take out the shorts and the capris for the summer. Same with this stuff. These are tank tops and t-shirts that I wear while I'm running. So this is warm weather. Some of these are the Run Disney shirts, the newer Run Disney shirts that aren't Champion, and I'm going to get to that in a second. So some of them I actually will go for walks in, but I don't like running in them because they're actually kind of nice and I want them to last. This pile back here, more outerwear and layers, base layers for cooler weather. So usually all of this stuff happens late fall into early to mid-spring. So this is really the go-to pile. I wear a lot of this a lot of the time. I have a lot of tank tops for the amount of actual summer running that I do. This is all Run Disney t-shirts. Most of this stuff is going to get hung up because, especially the champion shirts, I like hanging those up. They're nicer. I wear them pretty much just around. Again, I don't wear the champion shirts for working out. So coming over to this pile, these are all my T-Turtle shirts. I love T-Turtle, and it's a lot of Star Wars shirts. Surprisingly, I don't have a lot of Marvel. So I have a lot of Star Wars shirts. I've never met a Star Wars shirt I didn't like. All right. Then these two piles are really just kind of other cotton shirts, aside from T-Turtle, that I will wear pretty much anytime. These are Slacker representation tech tees. I have I Did It shirts. These are all the I Did It shirts that I have. And then short sleeve Run Disney and that lone Captain America Winter Soldier costume shirt, which will go probably in this pile eventually. So now I've got to figure out what's left. So I have a bunch of empty hangers. I'm going to hang a lot of those, a lot of my jackets back up, a lot of the long sleeve Run Disney shirts. I still have a few other things that I've got to kind of clean up, but I'm pretty sure I'm ready to put stuff back in the closet. So we'll see how that goes. Actually, I did come across just a few shirts that I think I'm ready to part with. They have more sentimental value than anything. My first marathon, my first half marathon, things like that. Certainly my Ironman shirts I'm never getting rid of. But just a couple of the, you know, the old rock and roll shirts that are great, but I have a lot of other really good shirts. So in this whole pile, if I absolutely have to, I might get rid of maybe 5 shirts. It's fine. It's fine. I just don't know where it's all gonna go. So I definitely have a storage problem. But problems are just, you know, obstacles to overcome, right? This is kind of interesting. This is where I kind of came to an interesting conclusion. So this is the Dumpster Fire Challenge shirt that I did in 2020. It was 20 miles in 20 days or something like that. It was funny at the time. And yes, you know, 2020 will definitely go down in history as kind of a dumpster fire of a year. But also in that same year, this came up, the uncanceled project from Run the Edge. And I'm keeping this, but I'm going to get rid of this. Because what I found interesting is that this reminds me that we were still together, even though we weren't together. That we could still go running, that we could still choose to have a positive attitude over it. And not to say that I won't ever refer to 2020 as a dumpster fire, but I prefer to remember things like this that came out of 2020. You know, something like this, same company, Don't Hug a Runner Yet. There are some positive things in all of that. And I think this community comes together in such great ways. And yeah, that year sucked. But a lot of good things happened that year too. And that's what I'm choosing to remember. Just kind of a fun observation. One thing you might also be asking me is, Heather, what are you going to do about all the dog hair that's now all over all your shirts? Nothing. I have learned that is an uphill battle. It's not a hill I want to die on. So yes, there is white dog hair all over everything, and there's black dog hair all over everything. I can't win. So I refuse to fight. No. So meanwhile, he's looking at me very guilty. So where is all of this stuff going to go once it comes back in the closet? So I am going to hang a lot of my Run Disney long sleeve t-shirts here. They usually go here. I've got a lot of jackets. I have room for a few more down here. Then this has always been, I kind of keep this as its own space right here for like luggage and other things like that down here. So these are my t-shirt cubbies. This is where T-Turtle goes, and I Did It shirts and short sleeve tech tees that I don't wear out running. So everything that I wear kind of on the day-to-day, t-shirt wise, all goes here. I almost always wear just t-shirts, Usually they're tech tees, but it's almost always t-shirts. Now, real fun thing, this here is where I keep my Sparkle Athletic skirts. So as you can see, I've got, you know, some back there. I've got, I can stack them 3 high and 2 piles deep. So I can put 6 in each cubby. Now, yeah, this is a shoe cubby. My, what are these? Spirit jerseys. They are either Star Wars or Run Disney. That's pretty much it. I don't have a problem. I can quit anytime. Oh no! I have to deal with that pile. I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen. All right, I'm definitely making some progress because pretty much have everything back in its place. I've hung all of my long sleeve Champion Run Disney shirts. These are just the Champion ones. I have taken all of my folded shirts and put them back in here. I've got regular day-to-day t-shirts, here. Run Disney since they got rid of Champion. So some of the ones that are really, frankly, kind of crappy. And then the nicer ones that they've done the last year or so. Then these are finisher shirts. I did it, and short sleeve Run Disney shirts. And T-Turtle, if I didn't say that before. So these are all T-Turtle shirts. Okay, I did mess with this pile too. So this is all a warm or a cold weather gear. So it's fleeces that I wear around the house and sweatshirts and other thermal layers. So instead of my side, this is also my side for 90% of the clothes that I don't wear. Because I don't go anywhere. I don't have to wear real clothes, like ever. It's beside the point. So I have other stuff up here. This is actually, oh crap, I found another pile I gotta go through. This is all, I think, yeah, in fact, I'm gonna go through this pile too. Just when you thought you were done. It's a rabbit hole, people. These are my piles. This is what's left. Guys, you must know I adore you, which is why you get to see my laundry. So it's great, right? So I have all these piles, and it spans the entire year's worth of layers and such. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this bucket, and this bucket is, these buckets are great. I have a lot of them, and I steal them from my mom. I think what I'm going to do is on the bottom, I'm going to put just sheerly winter stuff. Anything that I'm going to wear, that I would wear for under 40 degrees, that's going to go in the bottom. Then sort of layering on top of that, I will do sort of that 40 to 50 range, then 50 to 60, and then tank tops and t-shirts and shorts on top of that. So on the top will be all the summer stuff, because that's really all I'm going to need for a good 3-4 months. We've had an unseasonably warm spring, and I see that continuing. Then I think, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say that I'm done, because I keep finding piles. That pile right there, that's not mine. That is my husband's, and I don't even care. But I keep finding piles. All right, cool. I think we're done. At least that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, so here we go. I don't know if you can tell that it looks better than it did before. I think it does. And then down here, that is all of my running gear. Really the top third of that is what I'm going to be using for the next few months. Is it going to stay this way? No way. Not a snowball's chance in hell. There's no way it is going to stay like this, even probably through the week. Why? There's a lot there, and I still have to do laundry to put more back in there. Guys, that's amazing. But I feel like I can declare victory. I feel like I'm organized. It does look better, right? Yeah, so I'm sitting here in my closet. I can actually sit on the floor. Literally, you guys, I was digging through stuff, trying to find things, and it got really, really sad. So I'm glad that I got this done. In the words of Adam Savage, Mythbuster, he says the end result of organizing is that you can see it all. And that is something that's very stabilizing. And it's so true. This was really just an exercise in inventory, right? I knew I didn't need anything. In fact, I probably need to get rid of a few things, but just kind of going back through, figuring out what I have and making sure it's all in its right place so I can get to it quickly and easily. Summer's here, and I'm gonna need access to all of that, all of my summer clothes, all of my summer running gear, and certainly the easier that happens, the better, because it's a matter of, you know, just grabbing and going first thing in the morning or laying it out before I go to bed the night before. It's not going to stay like this, and it's going to get, you know, messy again, but at least for now, it is somewhat organized. I will say that the lack of organization is not my fault, because as long as T-Turtle continues to have really awesome sales, and as long as Sparkle Athletic keeps pumping out really, really cute skirts, I'm going to have to find a way to process this all over again. It's not my fault. But that is going to do it for me today, you guys. What do you think? Is there a specific way that you store your running gear, specifically your summer running gear? And is there something that you have in your running closet that you just can't get enough of? Please leave thoughts, questions, comments, and suggestions for future videos in the comment section down below. Please like, subscribe, and tell your friends. What do you think of this video? Is this something you'd like to see more of? Please say no, because this is a lot. That's going to do it for me, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, remember, you have no limits, unless it's closet space. Happy running. You good?